Terry Hoyt, you're the tribal prosecutor for Lac du Flambeau, and some of the dissident members involved in the takeover claim that their operation was a peaceful, non-violent sit-in to point out discrepancies in tribal finances. What are your impressions of that?
Well, some aspects of what people have done could be characterized as a peaceful sit-in. What happened when there was a takeover of the community center does not fit into that category because it was involving a building that was closed for the night, locked up. There had to be a forcible entry into it. There was barricading of people inside of the room, barricading of the building by disabling the locks on the doors. There were threats allegedly to set fire to gasoline that was in the rooms, that if people came in there that it would be set on fire. There were allegedly damage done to the offices where they were locked in. There was allegedly hard drives stolen from computers that were in there that had information on there that should not be disseminated, that could result in identity theft. And when it came time to get the people out of there, the doors were blocked. Police weren't allowed access to the people to place them peaceably under arrest. So the normal concept of a peaceful sit-in is that it's peaceful, that the entry doesn't involve damage to property, that staying there doesn't involve damage to property, and getting people out of there would not be forcibly resisted. And that didn't happen, allegedly, and so that wouldn't fit that characterization.
The draft banishment legislation or ordinance has a lot of people concerned that they might be removed from the reservation. I'm hearing arguments that, well, we were put on this reservation and now our tribal president is making us leave, and that that's unjust. What are your impressions of the draft legislation, the draft ordinance on banishment?
Well, the banishment code was strictly a draft that was based upon the Sauk and Fox tribe in Mississippi and Iowa's code that they've had in effect. It's far from even being considered, and it certainly wasn't in any kind of a situation where somebody could be banished on this reservation. It would have to go through committees, discussion, tribal council, a referendum of the people before it would even be enacted, and it was even quite restrictive as to if something like that would ever be passed. It was quite restrictive. It would require a referendum of the entire membership of the tribe before somebody could even be considered to be banished. It's not on the action of the tribal council or the tribal president or anybody. It would be up to the people to decide whether somebody should be banished. I think banishment's an extreme measure that politically, personally, I don't think that it's a good solution to things any more than sending a lot of people to prison is a good solution to things. But it's certainly something that can be looked at, and you ought to be able to look at it without being accused of being I don't know, a fascist dictator or somebody that's just out to send good people away from the reservation.
Thank you, Terry. This is Nick Vanderpye reporting for News from Indian Country from the Lac du Flambeau Reservation in northern Wisconsin.